Welcome to Cringe and Tell with me, Alyssa, the funny mummy. From daily cringe and epic embarrassing moments to being mortified by our children, join me and my amazing guests as we confess all and have a good laugh at ourselves and each other, and most importantly, put perfection in the bin. Hello everybody, welcome to Cringe and Tell with me, Alyssa, aka the funny mummy, and today's episode is all about, brace yourself, this is why I'm doing a sensual voice, dating and sex cringe. It's very exciting, and I have a guest and a half for you. My guest today is the best-selling novelist Natali Simmonds. She's absolutely fabulous. Natali and I actually met on a mums group, Facebook group called Mums Who Hide in the Loo. We did meet in person as well, although she can't remember it. Awkward. But I was a total fangirl when I met her because I'd read her books and I loved her posts on the group. Natali is an award-winning author of incredible fantasy novels such as The Pathkeeper and gripping thrillers including Good Girls Die Last, which I've just read and it's amazing. And it's actually been optioned for a TV series, so look out for that. And Natali's actually said I can be the main role in it as well, which is so kind of her. Natali does amazing things as well. She's a producer for the Latino Film Festival. She's a mum of two girls and she lives between London and Spain. Welcome, Natali. So excited to see you. How are you doing?
Hello, and thank you. And you've just made me sound so much cooler than I am. Thank you for that introduction.
Oh, you're cool.
I think the main reason why I don't remember much of that party was because I was very, very drunk.
I was as well. I actually snuck vodka into that party because the drinks were so expensive. I had some in my handbag. I was like I was like 19. But it was good times though, Mums Who Hide in the Loo. It was a good support group for us, wasn't it?
It was a very intense, sleep deprived, slightly alcoholic period of motherhood.
Yep, I hear you on that one, my darling. I was very excited to have you on stage, Natali, because when I chatted to you about this podcast, you said to me that you don't really get embarrassed. Is this true? Is this a thing? Because this is why I'm doing this podcast, see, to try and cringe less, because I do walk around doing embarrassing things all the time and then getting embarrassed. But you generally, you just don't really get embarrassed. Tell me about that.
Yes, yeah, I think I don't have a lot of shame, which
that's so good.
If you know me well, that's not probably a good thing. I think it's because I'm half Spanish, so I don't have that British sensibility of like, oh my goodness, you can't say that, you mustn't do this. I'm a bit of an oversharer.
Yes.
I've got ADHD, so like to some extent, I've just not got that filter. I mean, I'm not as shameless as other members of my family.
Is that the Spanish side? Are you half Spanish?
Yeah. My aunt was known for plucking her bikini line while on the beach because she said it had really good lighting.
Oh my goodness.
That's quite shameless, isn't
wow.
it?
Yeah.
Like, well, what's wrong with that? Well, obviously, like, you're already half naked in Spain anyway, with your boobs out, and that's, she's like, well, I can see my hair's better on my legs and and I'm like, So, when you come from that kind of a family, just, nothing really is that embarrassing.
I can see why. Oh my goodness. Wow. God, well, I mean, fair play to her. I mean, it is good light there, so I never really thought about it that way.
Yeah, and if you're half naked anyway.
This is true. Lots of people go topless, don't they?
I was brought up surrounded by my entire family was always either topless or skinny dipping or naked on the beach.
Yeah.
What's it called? A nudist beach opposite my place in Spain.
Have you?
Yeah, and during COVID, my husband and I did go like, should we just go? It was a time when everyone was having a bit of a moment.
Yeah.
So we were over there and we were like, well, let's just do it. Who cares? It was just us and a few wrinkly old Germans. That was it.
Good for you. What did it feel like? Did it feel quite freeing?
Yeah, it was great. I didn't care. I mean, our kids were mortified when we came back. We were like, we tried the nudist thing. We were like, I can't believe you just did that. Why are you
Right. Good for you. I used to go topless, actually, when I was younger. But very embarrassingly, if anyone was taking a picture or anything, oh my God, I can't believe I'm actually saying this. This is so cringe. I'd be like, can you not take a picture of me? Because I'm going to be really famous. So, and I don't want pictures of me with my boobs out. Like, I actually said that to people, like just random people. Oh my God. This is when I was like 17, something like that. Oh my goodness.
That's okay, because it would probably make you even more famous. And I could be like accidentally leaking these pictures of you looking super hot.
Yeah, I'll find them. Have you got them? Got to remind, please release them. Let people show people that I used to have nice boobs.
About some inappropriate pictures from my youth. For years, I was like, oh my goodness, what happened? And now I'm like, release them. I look great.
Release them, exactly. Just proof that I looked like that. That's actually, yeah. If anyone's listening to this and did take topless pictures of me on the beach when I was younger, please feel free to release them. So you've recently moved back from Spain to London again, and do you feel
via Holland? I was in Holland. I was
darling.
I was 6 years in Spain, 9 years in the Netherlands. I don't know how we were in the Netherlands that long, and then finally back to London again, where I belong.
Where you belong, yeah. You were saying that you really feel like this is your place. Yeah. Is there kind of a difference though with how people are with that kind of getting embarrassed and kind of outgoingness? Like in Spain, obviously they're there with the boobs out doing the bikini line, or maybe that is, specifically your family. But versus the Netherlands versus here.
They're naked in the Netherlands as well.
Are they naked in the Netherlands? Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, we've got near where we live, there was a big woodland area and the lake, and there was the family part of the lake, and then where all the students had their barbecues and hung out in the lake, and then the naked bit of the lake. And there were no partitions. Everyone just knew that if whatever you were doing, you just went to different parts of the lake. But you still had to walk past all the naked people while taking your kids to the children's part of the lake. And they were all just naked. And sometimes they were like jogging naked. And it was fine. I think you can't be shameless when you're round Spaniards or Dutch, because they're just like, what's the problem?
Well, this is good. Yeah, that's probably why you don't get embarrassed as much, because, like you said, you're Spanish anyway, but also you've been living there in these places where it's just like, hey, whatever. Whereas I think England is a little bit more, oh, sorry, oh no, sort of a bit more kind of
sorry, like when somebody steps on our feet,
Yes, I found myself saying sorry because I moved out of the way for someone, and they just literally it was in quite a sort of narrow path, and he was walking. He should have moved out of the way a bit as well, but he didn't. He just sort of came forward, like he was sort of massive, and I just went, "Oh, sorry." And I was like, "What am I doing? Why am I?"
I just in the middle of the road.
Exactly. Sorry for existing. Right, now I am going to ask you, because you're a mum, as am I, and I embarrass Lola on a regular basis. Do you embarrass your kids?
Yeah. Who I am is embarrassing. Like this top, for those that are watching this as opposed to listening, I'm wearing a kind of cardigan thing, but it's leopard print.
Yeah, you are. Love it.
This thing, and also every time I'm talking about sex, which, believe it or not, it's not the first time I've been.
This is why I've got you on, you see.
Because everyone wants to talk about it, but no one wants to be the one talking about it. I like to wear leopard print, so I bought this kind of cardigan, and it's leopard print, but it also looks like a Letterman jacket. I thought it was kind of cool.
It's cool. It's very cool.
Well, what do you think, kids? And my 16-year-old went, "Look, Mum, no offence, but it looks like something a middle-aged woman would buy in Tesco." Well, I am middle-aged, and I do buy my jumpers from Tesco, but actually this one's TK Maxx. It was a bit more expensive than Tesco. So...
Yeah, it was actually Asda. So, what a burn! Or they think it's a burn, but I actually love supermarket clothes, as you say. I love it. There's a massive supermarket with clothes in it, I'm in heaven.
Yes, and also, I'm not going to take any advice or opinion from someone whose frontal cortex isn't fully developed.
That's shade. You should say that. That's amazing.
Come back to me when you're 25.
Come back to me when your frontal cortex has developed.
They find everything embarrassing. Everything is so embarrassing.
So embarrassing. Always so embarrassing.
Always. And I've also mixed with, they're very hormonal, 14 and I'm very perimenopausal. Luckily, my husband travels a lot with work, so he's all right. He's still standing. But I'm very sleep deprived through hormones this time, not them. And so I keep finding myself online on cheap sites like Temu, just buying shit.
Yeah. I do that.
The thrill for the dopamine hit.
Yeah.
So it's become like a joke now, because they're like, "What have you bought?" And I'm like, "I can't even remember. It wasn't a lot." And then we have a little haul. I mean, I'm not going too crazy, but I bought things like these earrings.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
If people are listening, please describe them.
enamel zebra ones with pearls on. I really like them. And
I love them.
Like, Mum, they are awful. And I was like, I like them. I bought a little miniature metallic crab pen holder.
Why? Oh my God, this is amazing. I do this on Shein, actually. That's my guilty pleasure when I can't sleep. I'm on there.
I'm excited. I was like, oh, look at this. It's so... And they're like, Mum, stop. You've got to stop it. And I'm like, yes, but this little plastic snail goes on the edge of your tea to put your tea bag on. And they're like...
Why? So you've got a crab pen holder and a snail tea bag. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I just buy like these things sometimes. And I said, look, it's really important to be whimsical. And then I said, it's actually whimsical.
Oh, whimsical. Did they help
really
that? They didn't like that. Yeah, I've tried a few things like that. When Lola has like friends round, I make them nuggets and I'm like, hey guys, time for some nugs. And they're like, she's like, no, Mum. Nugs. It's like in Mingos, they're like, fetch is not going to happen. It's like, nugs is not going to happen, Mum. Stop trying to make it happen. But, I'm just trying to be whimsical, as you say.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes because I spend too much time online, I have picked up the vernacular of the
Oh.
So sometimes, to be fair, they come in from school and we all sit down, 3 of us, and we have like a big gossip session. I am
it.
School group.
I love that. That's so cute.
If they were in my year at school when I was 16, they'd be the cool kids that wouldn't talk to me. So I'm quite glad that I'm part of their gang.
You're part of their gang now because you're their mum.
I'll sometimes be like, spill the tea, fam. And then they just walk
out. Yeah, I mean, I can't keep up with it. Like Riz and Sigma. And now they're just sort of saying 6, 7 for absolutely no reason.
Yeah, mine are too old for that.
Thank goodness. I don't understand. I'm like, why? But why? Why are you saying this?
I told them that I'd gone on a deep dive and I understood it. And they laughed in my face and said, no, you don't understand it. And then I thought, why is it so important for me to understand it?
Did you actually go on a deep dive of 6, 7?
Yeah. Because it was annoying me. I wanted to know what it was. If we could spend the whole podcast. I couldn't.
Yeah, so I think we should probably move on. We'll do a separate episode just on 6, 7. You do write some very hot, steamy scenes in your novels, and actually you teach people how to write sexy scenes themselves. So when you first started doing that, did it make you go, oh my God, like a bit blush, a bit sort of cringy, or have you always just been like, yeah, let's get it on, let's do this?
Yeah, I mean, I teach it to both authors and screenwriters. So I teach it at Rain Dance Film School, and I also like unis and writing classes and stuff, because what it was is my bestest friend and now co-writer, Jacqueline Sylvester. I met her years ago in 2017, and we both had a book out, and we were both at the Young Adult Literary Convention because we had fantasy books out at the time, and which mine was a bit saucy at the time, that book. And we became friends, and then she rang me one day and she said, look, this is a bit weird because we didn't know each other that well. She said, but I've got this idea and I cannot write this series on my own. It's too much. Do you want to co-write with me? It's about it's about a bisexual investigative reporter witch with truth powers who is trying to look like who's on this event, but in every single country she goes to, set in Europe, she has to like uncover a paranormal crime, but shags a lot. And I was like, I'm
so in
because it's an amusing, sexy True Blood set in Europe.
I'm reading these at the minute we stopped recording this.
So we write under the name Caedis Night, Caedis, and it's called The Blood Web.
Does it ever happen when you're like, oh my God, this would be so hot, and you say something and she's like, ugh, no.
Yeah. She tells me, she's like, that's gross, that's not sexy. I'm like, is it? Oh, so we did one which was mermen. Well, to be fair, when they were in the shape of surfers, so they looked normal. We didn't know they were mermen until they went into the water.
Okay, nice.
Sorry, Saskia, the main character, didn't know. So to be fair, the sex was just normal, but there were 2 of them. But then once she gets into the water, she tries to seduce him, and at that point, he's got a tail. So.
I was going to say, do mermen have penises?
You can do what you want.
Well, yes, of course. Do your mermen have penises?
No, we were quite inspired by the boys. the TV show The Boys.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, there's a character in there called who's called the Deep, I think, and he's got kind of fins, like not fins, what's it called? Gills.
Gills.
Quite erotic things with the gills. So we can have fun with that. But the whole
my goodness.
Serious. It's funny.
Exactly, yeah. Exactly. Tongue in cheek or tongue in gill.
Tongue in everywhere, to be fair. I mean, it's funny. I
love it.
There's a Christmas special, and it features goblins. There's no sex with goblins. We wouldn't go too far. They're just funny.
I draw the line of goblins. Mermen, fine, but
yeah. No one wants to shag a goblin, but it's more like a Hallmark. So imagine like Hallmark movie. So, like the whole there's no room at the inn kind of thing, and she goes to investigate these paranormal things that are happening in Finland, in Lapland at the
Oh no, not Santa. What's he up to?
We wrote this during COVID. She's just had a baby. I just moved house. We weren't right in our mind. It's the most fever dream of a book. It's like Labyrinth meets the Christmas Hallmark movie.
Oh my God, amazing.
But for those that are into fantasy. Now fantasy
is that a thing? Is that a thing? Fantasy? I've never heard that expression before. Fantasy. Well, so you kind of sit on his knee and, take it from there.
There's a scene in a sauna where he keeps his Santa on. But he's a normal guy. He's not paranormal.
Oh, he's normal. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness.
We had to, have one human special.
This is amazing. And none of this, I mean, it doesn't sound like it made you cringe at all. It was just full on, let's just have loads of fun with it. And that's amazing.
I mean, the scenes are sexy. The first book is two vampire brothers, and one of them is... Sorry.
I don't know why I didn't picture this podcast going this way, but I love it.
Literature. You can't laugh at literature.
Sorry.
So one of them is a very serious vampire brother, and the other one's really hedonistic. So the sex with them both is, but some of the scenes are hot. Like this one in the Bolshoi, and they're watching Swan Lake, and she's getting finger banged at the Bolshoi, but it's sexy. It's funny.
Finger banged at the Bolshoi. I'm going to put that in a quote to promote this podcast. We're going to get into this now, Natali. I would like to talk about some of our own dating cringe stories or sex cringe stories. I'm going to share some of mine from back in the day when I was young, free and single. Right, here we go. So I was in this comedy pilot, right? I was playing this weird therapist who had an accordion. I don't know why she had an accordion, but she did. And it was actually my Uncle Roger's accordion. It was a proper old school accordion, the real ones that proper old school accordion. And we had a rap party that night, and one of the producers and I got together, and I went back to his at a little, cheeky one night stand. I was never very good at those because I thought that meant, right, we're now going out together and, what do you want to do today? I think I remember saying that the next day. What are you trying to do today? And he was like,
see you again.
No, that's it now. So I remember the next morning feeling really awkward, and I liked him and he clearly didn't like me very much. And I just went to leave. I had to leave his apartment, and I still had the accordion because that was mine, and I'd had to bring it back from the set, right?
I've already guessed the ending.
So when I got dressed and I picked up this accordion, and the accordion basically made I didn't know how to sort of lock it or whatever, so it just sort of made a soundtrack of a sad leaving of this one night stand. It was like, bye then. So you've got my number. Maybe we'll meet up again.
I'm tearing up. That's
and it continued all the way to the door, and it was just, oh my God. I mean, yeah, I basically created my own sad soundtrack to being rejected after my one-night stand. Natali.
So funny. Oh my God.
It's really funny now, but I was very sad. And then I had to get the bus and a tube home with my accordion.
What is the instrument? Oh my God.
I mean, exactly. I couldn't have had a better comedy instrument or a worse one, really. It would have been better if I had like a recorder or something. But
Recorder, yeah.
were you going to say recorder? Oh dear. So, I mean, look.
I'm always saying to my children, you've got to do the stuff that feels too embarrassing now. I said, because they're so funny. You've got to have stories. Obviously,
Stories.
I'm like, you've got to do it for the plot. I'm always saying that.
Yes,
I'm like,
yes.
guy you like him, that's embarrassing. Why? Do it for the plot. If you really think it'll be really funny when you're on a podcast in 30 years' time. You can laugh about it.
You can laugh about it, exactly. And I have wanted to share this story, and I think now that's the perfect time, because it really was one of the most cringy moments of my life. But laughing about it makes me feel better about that. You should put it in one of your books.
No, do you know what? I mean, I'm writing a screenplay because it's far too visual for a book. It's too funny.
Yeah, you can't get the sound. You need the sound.
We'll write in a screenplay and dedicate it.
Do you have any that you'd like to share, Natalie? Or any stories? Okay, here we go.
Yeah,
All right.
I've got a really funny one night stand one. But even at the time I found it funny. I think anybody else would just die and run away, but I found it funny.
Ooh.
So when I was backpacking, I was just a massive slut for a year. That was just all I did, really. I just travelled a lot, saw some sights, and shagged. And it was great.
Sounds amazing.
I could just like leave whenever I wanted to, whenever I'd done something I shouldn't have done, or like it was awkward. I just got on the next bus out of town and just went somewhere else. You know, it was like a
brilliant,
a traveling slut. But anyway, that was. And one of the, I stopped. I did eventually stop because one of the guys I met is now my husband. So
that's lovely.
Yeah, so at that point, I was like, okay, I'm going to keep this one. And he's also from the UK, thankfully. So we came back together, and that was
amazing.
To my massive slagathon. But anyway, it was a good year. So one of those things, there was this guy I met. He was. To be careful. Actually, he knows all the stories. I just don't want my kids to come in from school behind me. This guy was from Wales, so he had he spoke like that, and he sounded like he was singing, and he had an accent.
Nice, lovely.
So, we were just getting up to no good in one of the dorms in this hostel, and he goes, "Have you got any boots?" And I was like, "Boots?" He's like, "Yeah. You got any boots like to put on?" And I'm like, what? Like, he was thinking of, and I'm like, okay, so I'm a backpacker, context, like your entire world is in your back. So I put on these walking boots. So I'm like completely naked, and I put on these walking boots because I'm like, all right, whatever floats your boat, mate, right? And I come out completely naked in my mountain climbing. He looks at me and he went, "What you doing?" I said, "You said to put on boots." He went, "I'm not a fucking rambler, you know." He went, "I meant sexy boots, like knee-high boots." I'm like, why the fuck would I have knee-high boots in my travel around? He was like,
I love that you were like, "Well, look, these are my boots.
I've got boots. We can do this. I've got boots." And he was like,
"I'm not a rambler."
What are you doing? Anyway, I kept him on. Was like, whatever, you know.
It's like, you've done all the laces up now, not fucking undoing them again.
Not undoing it. That would be embarrassing. We'll work with what we got.
Exactly. You take me in my walking boots or nothing. Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. And he was like, well, I meant sort of like thigh-high, dominant, sort of sexy boots, but you got those little walking boots. That's
what I had on me. I had to improvise, You've got to work with what you got.
Oh, this is amazing.
And of course, like, I told my then boyfriend that afterwards, like, we'd shared funny stories because we met backpacking, my husband and I. And then, like, months later, still on our travels, we were in Bangkok. And some guy walks past with some lady boy looking like, a proper dodgy tourist. And it was him. And he went, "Hello, babe, how are you?" And my husband was like, "Are you fucking joking?"
Oh, my God.
Like, yeah, the one with the boots worker, yeah.
I bet she was wearing boots.
Yeah, I bet she was not a rambler. I bet she had all the gear.
Oh, that's the best story ever. Thank you so much for sharing that. I just love it so much.
That's normally my drunken story, and I'm sober.
Oh, I love that you're sharing that sober with me. That's just brilliant. With my accordion and your walking boots, it's just brilliant. I love it so much. We have some listener stories that I'd love to play for you and for us to have a listen to. So actually, I've basically persuaded my sister to send one of my favourite of her stories that she's done and that she's experienced. And also a friend of mine has shared a story which involves me as well. So let's have a listen and see what we think. So my cringe story is that I went to Notting Hill Carnival. This was back in my 20s. I'm in my 40s now. And having loads of drink, brilliant night. It was at a house party. Got talking to a musician. And I was like, oh, he's really fit. Getting on really well. He's like, do you want to come back to my place? I'm like, yes. So we got back to his, kissing and whatever, starting to heat up. And then I'm like, so what kind of musician are you? And he's like, I'm a violinist. And I was like, oh my gosh, play something. And by this point, we're kind of naked, basically. And he played the violin, and it was so, now I look back, it was so endearing because he was so into it. But I'll be honest, naked violin playing is not as hot as you might think. So even though my face would have been like, oh wow, this is great, my body was like, no. So I think after that, after my round of applause, I think we just cuddled. So I remember when that happened, and she came the next day. She called me. She was like, "Sis, there's this guy who's a violinist, and then just ended up playing the violin for ages for me, completely naked, and it was just so awkward and so cringy." Bless her. I mean, I think it would put me off.
I'm trying to think. I mean, I don't know why you two are so musical when it comes to your sex life. But...
Oh my gosh, you're so true. I didn't even think you're so true. You're so right. I didn't even think of the link there of the accordion and the violin. Yeah, you're right. Musical one-night stand stories.
Exactly.
Come to us in our family.
What is sexy naked? I mean, I heard that Matthew McConaughey was arrested once for playing the bongos naked, and that I think would be slightly than a violin.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
What is sexy while naked? I don't think any musical...
I don't think anything. I mean, maybe a piano, because you could sort of sit behind it, but I just think you're sort of looking, and it's... I mean, also, if he's not excited, he's just sort of sitting there all sort of floppy with his violin. I just can't... It just doesn't really...
Melancholic about it.
It is a bit sad. It's a sad... I don't think it gets you going. No. Even like a rock guitar, you're still there with just sort of your willy flopping about. I still don't think it's very sexy.
No, I'm really literally sitting here imagining every rock star ever naked, and it actually makes what they do less sexy. So
let's just put some pants on, basically. I think is the
listening.
Yeah, anyone listening, exactly. If you're a musician, put some pants on if you're going to serenade your lady. Exactly. It's distracting, exactly, and sad, as we've said, melancholic.
Like nakedness.
No, not as melancholic as the wah-wah of an accordion, but still pretty melancholic. Right. Okay, now this story embarrasses me as well. So here we go. This is a story from Sarah Isles, a fantastic comedian.
Hey, so as I remember it, we were both doing a gig together. You were emceeing and I was opening the show, and we ran into each other in the car park. So we just had a little bit of a chat as we go into, I think it was like an ale house. And I think because it was an ale house, neither of us were expecting like a young, hot guy behind the bar, but that's exactly what we both clocked the moment we walked in. But Alyssa was in front of me, and we both kind of panicked when we just saw how hot he was. And so she was like, oh, hi, this is Sarah Isles, and just introduced me. And so I was like, what? So it kind of threw me off. So I was like, hi, and this is Alyssa, the funny mummy. And we were just like really awkward. And I think then because neither of us really knew what to do, but he was like absolutely chill because obviously he's used to being hot. And so then Alyssa said, look, let's go and put our stuff in the cupboard around the side. So then I thought, okay, sure, there's obviously like a green room or something like that. So then we go around the back, and then we walk into what I realised was actually just a cupboard. So then both of us are awkwardly standing in the smallest cupboard, looking looking at each other, still very flustered, like, oh my God, how hot was that guy? He was so hot. And then Alyssa said, let's leave our stuff and we'll go back out. I was like, sure. I was like, I'll take my pad because I just want to write through my jokes, like, whilst we go back. And then as we walked back out, he was bending over, picking something up, and we both clocked that he had this neck tattoo, and that was it. That was us done. That was like from being a little bit flustered to full-blown can't control ourselves and just needing to faint. And then Lisa realised that she'd shut her stuff in the cupboard. Like, she needed her iPad to actually set up the music and stuff like that. And honestly, it was an absolute mess. We were just all over the place and flustered. I don't know how we managed to go on stage because this guy was literally right there. But yeah, probably the least cool people in this kind of scenario when faced with a hot guy. And I remember just turning to him and being like, for goodness sake, Alyssa, you're married. You're supposed to be able to handle this stuff. But neither of us handled it. We didn't handle it at all.
Yes, so that was, very embarrassing. And so I remember that so clearly. I got so flustered by how hot he was that I introduced her instead of myself. And I was supposed to be running this gig, Natali. Like, I was supposed to be in charge. I was supposed to be there to run the comedy show. But instead of saying, hi, my name's Alyssa and I'm here to run the comedy show, I said, this is Sarah. And I didn't even introduce myself, and then walked into a cupboard, left all my stuff in there, and just completely lost the plot because he was so super hot. And she's right, I'm married, I should know better. But does seeing really hot men fluster you at all?
Yeah, but because I've got this kind of complete lack of filter, I'd probably say something even more embarrassing and make it awkward for everybody involved and say, like, sorry, I'm really distracted right now. You're just incredibly attractive. And then he pass the awkwardness onto him, and then it's his problem, you see.
I love that. I think that's a great idea. Oh, we're nearly at the end. I'm going to quickly because at my shows, Natalie, I ask my audience what is the most embarrassing thing their child has ever said or done. It's called Mortified by My Child, and I have collected hundreds of these gorgeous things, and I have one that I wanted to read out in honour of our special episode today. Mortified by my child. My daughter was age 3 when my mother-in-law came to stay at our house because we went away for the weekend. When we came back, my mother-in-law said, I've bought you some new baby reins as yours had too many buckles. Unbeknownst to me, my Xena, the warrior sexy leather straps had been put on my daughter who was walking around Regent's Park.
Oh, that is absolutely brilliant.
That's amazing, isn't it? She'd found her Xena warrior sexy sex straps and thought they were the toddler reins and had been using them on the toddler.
Wow.
It's just brilliant, isn't it? I just love that. And it's... I can see the mother-in-law going, God, the reins these days, they've got health and safety gone mad with all these buckles.
Yeah, mind you, I was helping a friend pack up her house once and said, oh, that's my sex bag, wait up. And it was like I was like, what the fuck? So we were, but like shameless because me and all and so she was like sorting it out. And I was like, why is that rope got hair? She went, that's my Japanese like sex rope. She said, but we couldn't find the dog lead one, so we just used it.
That's like, amazing. Why has it got hair all over it?
Apparently.
That's amazing. Well, look, it's multiple use. Oh, Natty, it's been absolutely gorgeous chatting with you today. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Please, can you tell people how they can find you, your amazing books, and anything you'd like to tell us about what you're up to at the moment so we can follow you and get involved.
Follow me. I mean, I'm everywhere. So you can find me on Instagram. I'm NJ Simmonds with a double MONDS. I'm on Twitter or X as NJ Simmonds as well. I'm on Facebook. You can find me as njsimmonds.com and everything's on there. My books are on Amazon or any good bookshop. Or if you really want to read the smutty stuff, check out Cadis Night. We're on Amazon and all the books are 99p at the moment on Kindle.
Babe, I am so all over that, and I'm going to put all of this in the show notes so people can find you really easily. You've been an incredible guest. I've had such a giggle, and you meet up for a drink and tell more stories. Thank you so much, and thank you everyone for listening to Cringe and Tell. Please keep listening. We've got more fabulous guests and more fabulous episodes coming up. Subscribe and listen, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to Cringe and Tell. If you like the podcast, please subscribe, share it with your mates, and if you have a cringe story for us, we would love to hear it. Voice note me at The Funny Mummy UK on Instagram or Facebook, or drop us an email at cringeandtell@gmail.com. We'll see you next time.